position. Additionally, since the Senate and the county assemblies directly exercise oversight over the county governments, and through examining their audit reports, holding governors accountable for their decisions, the mover argues that having former governors sit in two legislators would lead to the conflict of interest and interfere in the decision-making process. This is a situation where a county governor has been elected to an elective seat, either as a senator or a member of parliament, and they are sitting in the oversight committees that are set to oversight how the county utilized the monies allocated to them during their tenure. The effect of this bill would therefore, our dear viewer, ensure that oversight bodies have adequate time to inquire into matters arising from the tenure of previous office holders of the office of the county bosses without the interference by the former county governor, which is highly likely, particularly if the person has been elected as a member of the county assembly or to the Senate. The sponsor of this bill also argues that voters would have a reference point in making an informed choice on the candidate's suitability for another elective office, since all accountability processes would have been completed. This is in the event that this bill is passed and assented to and becomes law, and hence bars county bosses from vying for elective positions for 5 years after leaving office. But away from the Constitutional of Kenya Amendment Bill of the year 2026 by the Senator for Kirinyaga, the Senate will this afternoon be resuming debate on the inclusion of teachers training college students in the higher education funding model. And this is a motion by the Senator for Murang'a County, Senator John Nyotu. This debate took center stage during yesterday's sitting of the Senate, with the senators, so to speak, concurring with this motion, saying that the TTTC students have been disadvantaged. The motion seeks to have the Senate urge the Ministry of Education, in conjunction with the Higher Education Loans Board, to formally integrate teacher training college students into the new funding model to ensure equity, quality, and inclusivity in the education sector, as well as develop regulations and guidelines that will define credibility and eligibility for TTTC college students, covering tuition and reasonable accommodation and upkeep costs. Allow me to hand you over to these live proceedings.
You really must be very attentive and respect the chair when the procession is on. Tuombe. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu, twakusihi tutazame kwa neema nyingi na baraka sisi watumishi wako ambao umeridhika kutuita kwa nyadhifa za uongozi katika jamhuri yetu. Twakuomba utujalie tuyatende na kufikiria mambo yote yatakayofikishwa mbele yetu kwa njia ya haki na uaminifu, ili kustawisha amani, ufanisi na heri ya nchi yetu na wale ambao haja zao umezikabidhi mikononi mwetu. Amina. Do you have quorum, clerk? Sergeant at Arms, kindly ring the quorum bell for 10 minutes.
At exactly 5 minutes past the appointed time for the House sitting on Thursday afternoon, the business of the Senate has begun, with the Deputy Speaker of the House, Honorable Kathuri Murungi, presiding over the business of the Senate this afternoon. However, upon the commencement, the House is experiencing a small quorum hitch, and that will be addressed as on your screens. You can see a section of senators making their way into the chamber this afternoon to facilitate the proper quoration of the House to commence business. There's a lot of business lined up for consideration by senators this afternoon. And as we await for that quorum to be attained, my dear viewer, allow me to keep taking you through the highlights in today's order paper, where the House, after concluding debates on the motion by the Senator for Murang'a County that is seeking to bring equity in education funding by ensuring that teachers training college students are incorporated into the higher education funding model. The House will be voting on that motion that will be seeking to have the Ministry of Education, in conjunction with the Higher Education Loans Board and the Universities Fund, formally integrate TTT college students in the new funding model, and develop regulations and guidelines to define the eligibility criteria for the teacher training college students by covering education and reasonable accommodation and upkeep costs. The Culture Bill, a bill originating from the National Assembly, Bill number 12 of the year 2024 by the Senate leader of the majority party, is also lined up for resumption of debate and subsequently division upon the conclusion of the time allocated for debate. And so is the Public Audit Amendment Bill, Bill number 4 of the year 2024, that seeks to streamline issues of the audit processes, and the Health Amendment Bill, Bill number 12 of the year 2025 by Senator Okongo Omogeni. A person to standing orders of the Senate, standing orders number 57, subsection 1, the Senate leader of the majority party is set to issue a statement on the business of the Senate for next week. That is the week commencing on the 31st day of March. The year is 2026, ahead of the Easter holidays. On standing orders number 53, subsection 1, a number of senators have been listed to seek statements from various standing committees of the House. The Senator for Laikipia County, Senator John Kinyua, has 2 statements. The statement on the use of excessive force by police against students of Laikipia University will be handled by the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations. And equally, he is also seek to state a statement from the Standing Committee on Labor, Social Welfare regarding the issuance of strike notices by nurses. Allow me to hand over back into the chamber.
Honourable senators, honourable senators, we have quorum. Let's start the business of the day. Clerk, lead out the first order.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
There is a notice of motion from Senator Karungo Dhangwa. Is he in the House? Okay, then we defer that business. Next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Honorable Senators, we have several statements Understanding order 53-1. We start with the Senator for Tana River County, Senator Dr. Danson Mungatana. Senator Modi, I can see you are preparing yourself. Is it the statement from Senator for Tana River that you want to give? Senator for Nyandarua County, Senator John Medu. Your own statement.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir. A request for a statement on the implementation, county coverage, and sustainability of the National Youth Opportunity Towards Advancement (NYOTA) project. Is this statement that you brought, Senator Matinga, that is not loud? Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Labour and Social Welfare on a matter of national concern regarding the implementation, county coverage, sustainability, and policy framework on the National Youth Opportunity Towards Advancement (NYOTA) project. Mr. Speaker, sir, the NYOTA project aims to enhance employment opportunities, foster enterprise development, advance skills, and promote economic inclusion for the youth in Kenya. In light of the significant levels of youth unemployment throughout the nation, it is essential for the Senate to be informed about the degree of implementation of the project across the counties, the criteria employed in its rollout, the long-term sustainability of the project, and the policy framework that governs its execution. In the statement, the committee should address the following. Number one, the current status of implementation of the project, including the components under implementation, the institutions responsible, and the number of beneficiaries reached so far. Number two, the counties in which the project has so far been implemented, the basis used in the selecting and sequencing of those counties, and the status of the rollout in the 47 counties. Number three, the measures put in place to ensure equitable access to the project by the youth in rural, marginalized, and undeserved areas, including young women and persons with disabilities. Number four, the legal framework on which the NYOTA project is based, including plans for its continuity, scale-up, and alignment with the national youth empowerment and employment strategies. Number five, the sustainability measure put in place to ensure that the benefits of the project are not short-lived, including post-training support, access to finance, mentorship, market linkages, enterprise incubation, and monitoring of outcomes. Number six, the budgetary allocations and sources of funding for the project and the measures being undertaken to secure its continuity and sustainability beyond donor or time-bound program support. Number seven, the accountability, monitoring, and evaluation mechanisms in place to assess the effectiveness, impact, and value for money for the project in improving youth employment, enterprise growth, and economic empowerment. Senator John Medu, Senator for Nyandarua. Thank you.
The statement I first learned, I requested to be learned by the first statement by Senator Mungatana is defunct. Next we have Senator Minda Kibwana. That statement is also defunct. Senator for Laikipia County, Senator John Kinyua. You have two statements. You can lead them.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Request for a statement on the nurses strike notice and unresolved labor issues in Laikipia County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Labor and Social Welfare on a matter of countywide concern regarding the grievances presented by nurses in Laikipia County, which have culminated in the issuance of strike notice effective 23rd March 2026. Mr. Speaker, sir, the persistent challenges facing nurses, including stalled recruitment, unlawful contractual engagements, delayed promotions, salary arrears, and inadequate working conditions have eroded morale and compromised service provision. Unless addressed, these unresolved labor issues risk prolonged disruption of health services with dire consequences for the people of Laikipia County. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1. Reasons for the prolonged delay in concluding the recruitment processes and measures to finalize outcomes for contracted Kenya enrolled community health nurses and Bachelor of Science in Nursing graduates, ensuring lawful absorption into permanent and pensionable terms. 2. Causes of delays in implementing the agreed 17-tier grading structure, promotions, redesignation as per the return to work formula of 5th May 2025, the remittance of statutory deductions, and when arrears from September 2025, and the revised salary structure effective July 2025 will be cleared. 3. Plans to address human resource deficit, provide adequate equipment and supplies, and ensure timely approval of study leave and training opportunities for nurses who have secured scholarship and admission to support their professional development and enhance the quality of service. 4. Reasons for restrictions on comprehensive medical cover based on job group categorization, and when these discriminatory limitations will be lifted to guarantee equal access to medical services. I thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I have another statement. Can I read?
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Request for a statement on let me recap. Request for a statement on use of excessive force by police against students of Laikipia University. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations on a matter of national concern regarding the use of excessive force by police against students of Laikipia University. Mr. Speaker, sir, on Friday, 20th March 2026, Hilary Vulimu, a first-year student who was pursuing a Bachelor of Arts in Communication and Media, lost his life during a hiking excursion in Subukia Viewpoint, Nyandarua County, when he was struck by a rock while hiking with fellow students. In the wake of this tragedy, students of Laikipia University staged demonstration on 21st March 2026, blocking sections of Nyahururu-Nakuru Highway to demand accountability from the institution. Regrettably, the police response escalated into violence, resulting in the fatal shooting of one student and gunshot injuries to 6 others. Such incidents raise serious questions about adherence to operational procedures, proportionality in crowd control, and respect of human life. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1. The circumstance surrounding the fatal shooting by police officers of one student and the injuries sustained by 6 others during the protest by the students of Laikipia University on 21st March 2026. 2. Whether the establishment rules governing crowd controls and use of force were followed when responding to the blockage of Nyahururu-Nakuru Highway by students, and, if not, outline the disciplinary measures taken against culpable officers. 3. Measures in place to ensure that the family of the deceased students and other victims receive justice, support, and compensation. 4. Steps taken by police to prevent recurrence of such incidents, including reforms in handling student protests and ensuring that arrests and dispersal are conducted without loss of life. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Very well, the technical bench, our technical team should improve on the sound system. Yes, Senator Sigei.
Similarly, as you inquire as to the improvement on the sound system, this gadget is also not updated. You know, we decided to go wireless, or rather paperless, but unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, the order paper that I have in my gadget is reading 25th, and from the clerk's desk, they don't have any printout, so I am in yesterday's session, Mr. Speaker, so you also might need to now give out also for the directive to that effect, so that we are all up to date in what we are doing.
Very well, Senator Chalgei. What is it?
Mr. Speaker, yesterday we raised under Article 118 and standing order number 1. We had similar problems, and your colleague Speaker, Speaker Maina, gave the directions on the usage of these gadgets because they have become inefficient. We are going back to pre-colonial era, pre-industrial era, before technology came in, and we raised these issues even of disruption of the sound system, the TV screens, the live coverage, and also the usage of these gadgets that does not have even interface. And Mr. Speaker, we had even gone ahead in the evening, if you check the answer, to request that an internal IT audit should be done on these machines when we go for recess, so that we can check the efficiency. Because up to now, even if you open, Mr. Speaker, by the time you get a document in this gadget, it is like a husband hiding a pin from the wife, Mr. Speaker. By the time you get, you will never be accessible, Mr. Speaker. So can you pronounce yourself? Let the commission put on, return the iPads, Mr. Speaker. We come back after good Easter holidays. We get the latest iPads. And I know the expert, Senator Otsosi, was will. This, Mr. Speaker, Senator Otsosi is even an expert, and he was willing to volunteer for free in terms of assisting this House to build. And Mr. Speaker, Senator Wamatinga, Senator Joyce should be held accountable for this inefficiency that we are experiencing on the House, Mr. Speaker. And I know Senator Joyce has really worked hard. It is that Senator Wamatinga...
Under Senator Chalgei, I'm happy that you have really mentioned that my colleague, the chair, was here yesterday, give some direction. And we stand by that direction. Personally, I raised the matter that I could not hear Senator Kenya very well because he was training to give his statement. But if there was some direction that was given by the chair yesterday, then yesterday evening, then we shouldn't go by that. But more importantly is to make sure that our systems, our gadgets, all the senators. What? Oh, Senator Chalgei, do you think I cannot be able to see what you are saying? More importantly, as the chair on this session, is that the senators should be facilitated to get all the documents that have been approved on the system, on the gadget. They should, senators are here to transact the business. So, and very important business for Kenyans. So let the technical team work on the gadgets and make sure that the on the paper and any other information that the senators under Senator Methu. When I'm giving guidance to this House, you know you have been here for almost now 4 years. And definitely you know what you should be doing when the chair is giving direction to the House. Can you be stable on your mind so that we can be able to transact the business? So let's go to the next statement. Senator Methu, what is the clarification that you are seeking?
You know, Chair, I would have felt bad if you didn't give me an opportunity to seek a clarification, because this is a question that you have been my deskmate here, and we have suffered with you here. Even before this matter is addressed, as Senator Cherargei has mentioned, there is something that I would want your immediate intervention, especially on this particular gadget, because we were struggling with you here. Once I've been given the mic, for example, to raise a clarification or a point of order, and I had queued, even if I had come here at 2, I had queued to make a contribution on the motion. Once I have been given the mic, my queuing is destabilized. I'm no longer there in the queue, and you know we have struggled with this question. So even before even before this matter is addressed, at your level, because you are the person who gives the people floors, if I was ahead of the senators and I am due to speak, Mr. Speaker, you should be able to have and use that latitude to allow me. And I also think, also for you as the chair, there is something that as we improve this system, there is something that must be done. Because, Mr. Speaker, if the list is here, I know the next person to speak is Maanzo. The next person is speak is Senator Newto, for example. Then, Mr. Speaker, it becomes very difficult for you to say that I cannot catch your eye, and I'm here. I'm the next person, so I know that it does not give you the latitude as the chair of the session to say that it is so and so to speak, so and so to speak. But the clarification that I was seeking and the support that I wanted. Speaker, please allow me to. You be the speaker.
Yes,
Yeah.
Can
Okay,
you
sorry.
conclude your issue?
That yes.
Don't listen to any other senators.
You know, I'm just surprised that it is your colleague speaker that is disrupting me. You know, if it was Wamatinga, is another issue. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to say that once I've been given a floor, like for example, to seek that clarification or to raise a point of order, it should not disrupt the queue that was there for me to make a contribution either on a motion or on a bill.
Very well. Actually, I'm told that this system is being improved every day. So the issues you are raised are being recorded. They are on record. But I want to hear Senator Sigai, what you are standing on a clarification, or what is the issue that you want to raise?
Yes, I wanted to inform Senator Methu, Mr. Speaker, that notwithstanding the queue that is in the gadget, which queue you are able to see from your end as well as a member, it is upon the Speaker to pick from that pool who to allow to speak. And therefore, if one is allowed an intervention or a point of order, then it means he exits from the queue because an opportunity already has been given to such a member to speak. Then they'll be required to queue afresh for purposes of contribution to any other business that is being transacted. Thank you. But otherwise, of course, Mr. Speaker, we definitely need to improve on this system.
Very well, Senator Sigei. Commissioner Wamatinga, you have been mentioned that maybe you are have been mentioned.
Thank you very much,
by
Mr.
Senator
Speaker.
Cherargei.
Allow me this opportunity to further inform the House that the system that we have in front of us, it's a highly advanced system. It allows, Mr. Speaker, it allows, but the illiteracy, the IT literacy of the members notwithstanding, Mr. Speaker, it allows us to gradually upgrade by use of icons, the use of icons. Of course, Mr. Speaker, sir, when you have the likes of Senator Cherargei who went to analog schools, it will be very hard to bring them up to date. But what I wanted to inform the House, Mr. Speaker, Senator Cherargei.
Hey. No, wait for the commissioner to finish. Because this is why we are seeking the solution. Who has given you the floor? Have you a seat? Can you sit down? Senator Cherargei, you know I have a lot of respect on you as my good friend.
Yes.
And my
as a good friend, just sit down.
Just wait, let me hear
Mr.
what
Speaker.
you are saying. Can you have your seat, please, kindly? Assume your seat, Senator Cherargei. Just a moment, wait. Senator Chalagay. Can you conclude?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir. As a software engineer, and that Senator Osotsi can testify to this, a system must be adaptable moving forward. What we need to do, these are software, Mr. Speaker, we can be able to upgrade as we move ahead, including the queue, including the intervention. And Mr. Speaker, you must not have a button for everything. It allows creation of icons, but of course, Mr. Speaker, we need also to take time and train the senators on how to use this system. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay. No, honorable senators, what I have really categorically said is that we really need this system to be improved. While I'm here as a chair, you see, if you have this display with you, this is not giving the chair latitude to manage the House. So as you work on this system, Commissioner Wamatinga, make sure that the request list is bright to the members. That is how the chair can be able to manage the House without any chaos. So the chair should be given latitude to manage the House without any interference from the members. So I think they shouldn't be checked on. They shouldn't be blind to the members because the chair manages the House the way he should. So let us go to the next statement by Senator Alexander Mundigi.
Yes. Keep quiet. Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, tell us Senegalese to keep quiet. Mr. Speaker, sir, request for statement on the impact of the...
Oh, no, just a minute. Still the system is not okay. The mic is not on the... Can you use the dispatch box, kindly?
That's the technical bench now.
Mr. Speaker, sir, request. Mr. Speaker, sir, request for statement on the impact of the conflict in the Middle East on the supply, pricing and stability of petroleum product in Kenya. Mr. Speaker, sir, I ask the person to standing under 53(1) to check a statement on a matter of a national concern from the Standing Committee on Energy regarding the impact of the ongoing conflict in Middle East on the supply, pricing and stability of petroleum product in Kenya. In the statement, the committee should address the following: the impact of the ongoing conflict in the Middle East on the importation, availability, and availability of supply of petroleum product in Kenya, the effect of the conflict on the pricing of petroleum product, including the anticipated impact on pump price, electricity cost, transport cost, and the cost of living generally. 3. The measure in place to cohesion consumer and the economy against possible supply distortion and price volatility arising from the conflict. Mr. Speaker, sir, Alexander Munyimondigi, Senator. I have second statement. Mr. Speaker, sir, request for statement on the safety of Kenyan national affected by the conflict in the Middle East. Mr. Speaker, sir, I ask person to standing under 53(1) to check a statement on a matter of a national concern from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations regarding the safety of Kenyans national affected by the ongoing conflict in the Middle East, noting that the considerable number of Kenyan citizens live and work in countries within the Middle East. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1. The uses of Kenyans national currently residing in the affected countries in the Middle East. The measures in place by the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs through Kenya's embassy and mission in the region to ensure the safety, registration, communication, and consular support of Kenyan nationals affected by the conflict. 3. The contingency measures and evacuation plans, if any, that the government has established to facilitate the safe repatriation of Kenyans nationals from the affected areas. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Senator for Embu County, Dr. Alexander Munyimondigi. Thank you.
Very well, Dr. Mondigi. Honorable Senators, I want to reorganize the business appearing on our order paper. We will be coming back to the comments on statements, but first I want us to do order number 9. Clerk.
Order number 9, motion, inclusion of teacher training college students in the higher education funding mode. Putting of the question.
Honorable Senators, I honor Senator Maanzo. Honorable Senators, I want to put the question that aware that the Constitution of Kenya and Article 43(1)(f) guarantees every citizen the right to education, and Article 53(1)(b), Subarticle 1(b) provides that basic education is free and compulsory. Further, aware that the government of Kenya runs the new education funding NHEF model in 2023, primarily targeting university and tertiary and vocational education and training, TVET. Students, leaving a significant gap in the financial support for students in diploma and certificate teacher training colleges, TTCs. Concerned that students enrolled in public teacher training colleges are discriminated against and not expressly and fully provided for under the prevailing education financing framework, thereby limiting or excluding the access to structured government support for tuition and accommodation. Cognizant that the transition to the competency-based curriculum CBC requires a highly skilled teaching workforce, and that the financial burden on teacher trainees, many of whom come from marginalized backgrounds, threatens the sustainability of the teacher supply chain. Now, therefore, the Senate urges the Ministry of Education, in conjunction with the Higher Education Loans Bond, HELB, and the Universities Fund UF21, formally integrate teaching college students with the new funding model to ensure equity, quality, and inclusivity in the education sector, and it develops the regulations and guidelines to define the eligibility criteria for teacher training college students, covering tuition and reasonable accommodation and upkeep costs. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Now, Senators, we go back to a session of 20 minutes on the comments on statements. Maanzo Daniel Kitonga.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to support the request of statement by Senator Methu. Mr. Speaker, the Nyota story is clearly meant to assist Kenyans, and this is money borrowed from World Bank, which should be used for startups of a certain level of a Kenyan, and especially young people, Mr. Speaker. We are familiar with the similar other initiatives in the past, and especially in the Kibaki regime, where there was youth fund, and it is still there, Mr. Speaker. And again, be aware that also that these monies will be refunded at certain days. I really take issues on how the monies were distributed or became politicized in a way that even in certain places where these monies will be distributed, the young people were to wear colors of a certain party. And I think when it comes to a duty of the nation, then everybody should be free. That meant whoever doesn't want to support that particular party or doesn't want to wear that color, then they are discriminated that particular day, and they may not want to be part of this money. The second issue is how equitable this money was distributed. And I want to pick my ward, Mavindini in Makueni County, where 51 young people were identified, and they were transported to Machakos County, where this money was now put on their phone, Mr. Speaker. And most of them, because I know them, never went home with any money. In fact, the next day they were calling people home to send them fare to go home. So what method will there be to make sure? I'm sure 20,000 shillings can start a small business and grow it to a big business. But there has to be a management and probably a way of identifying even small existing businesses, even if somebody's roasting maize on a roadside, to be developed and to be followed up by government officers, the way it used to be done with the Youth Fund. We have a lot of officers, Mr. Speaker, in the Ministry of Trade, who are even up to the sub-county level, so that these young people can be managed properly, and that the money doesn't just disappear like part of Hustler Fund, and that then when we want to pay it back in future or account for it, there is no benefit which has come from it, Mr. Speaker. When small businesses start, Mr. Speaker, in my opinion, they should grow so that they can even be able to pay taxes, those particular people, and have this money refunded back to the public. Because to me, it has come out as a grant. And I've even engaged the permanent secretary and the minister in charge of this program, because I wanted really to get satisfied with answers that particular time. There weren't satisfactory answers, and I really look forward to the floor of the House when the minister comes to answer this question, accompanied by the peers, so that we can make it better for the future, Mr. Speaker, but not simply making it a campaign tool. I thank you, Mr. Speaker. I support.
Honorable Senators, thank you, Senator Mazo, because I did not make my position that you should take 3 minutes, but you have used exactly 3 minutes. So any other senator getting a chance to give a comment should use the 3 minutes. Senator Joe Newton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to support the statement by Senator John Methu on Nyota funds, Mr. Speaker. While we appreciate what this funding to youths are doing, Mr. Speaker, we must ask ourselves questions that are important. And Mr. Speaker, the first thing that we must address ourselves to is what a cost-benefit analysis would show, Mr. Speaker. Because, Mr. Speaker, youths are being gathered from about 3 counties into one particular gathering held in one county, Mr. Speaker, making the youths, and sometimes who are accompanied by their parents and guardians, to spend huge amounts of money on transportation. Mr. Speaker, the President has also been attending these functions where these monies are distributed and thereby incurring a lot of expenses, while, Mr. Speaker, the President actually doesn't have to attend this. So we must ask ourselves, after we do a cost-benefit analysis, is it worth to do it the way we are doing it, or can we just disburse this money to the youth? Because we are doing it through their funds. Can't we just disburse this? And especially, Mr. Speaker, having it coordinated by the CS in charge of SMEs and that kind of thing, Mr. Speaker. The other thing that we must ask ourselves is sustainability of this particular program. Because, Mr. Speaker, this is funding from World Bank. How will we continue having these funds brought to the youth? We must ask ourselves, and I like what Senator Medhu wants the Committee on Labor to do. How much more is the government willing to set aside once they deplete the funds that the World Bank has provided? And Mr. Speaker, finally about this is how do we identify the youth that benefit from this particular funding? Because, Mr. Speaker, some counties have not received this. And before my time elapses, Mr. Speaker, I also want to support the statement by the Senator for Laikipia, John Kenywa, on police brutality. Police cannot just open fire on rioting students. They are trained to deal with riots, Mr. Speaker, and opening fire is not one of the ways that the police should do. But we forgive them because they have been given directives by the President to shoot youth in the legs. And that is why we are having an escalation where we get the police shooting even students. We must tell the President to withdraw his directive to the police to shoot at the legs, because this is what is leading to the very irresponsible behavior by
now that this system is on your gadgets. Senator Rekina is not present. Senator Sengo Beth, Senator Ososi Gonfrey.
Mr. Speaker, let me make my contribution to the statement by Senator John Medhu on the matter of Nyota. I think this statement is very timely and well drafted by Senator Medhu to address the concerns of many Kenyans, that we would like to understand the sustainability of this fund. We appreciate that the money is being given to our youth, but how sustainable is it, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, again, this fund is not just given to Kenyan government. There are other countries which have been given this money. And there are systems that have been established by those countries and World Bank to identify this youth and seamlessly give this youth the funds required. But we've been seeing a lot of drama in our counties where you see that this process has been politicized, Mr. Speaker. Youth being carried from all parts of the county and then being put in a dome tent and then being told how the government is going to give them funds, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, another question that should have been raised by Senator Medhu is that we have seen the glorification of Nyota funds. But, Mr. Speaker, we are forgetting that this government put 50 billion shillings in a fund called Hustler Fund. And no one is talking about that Hustler Fund. No one knows what is happening in that Hustler Fund. All we are being told that they are having problems with the recovery of that money, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, even as the committee looks at the Nyota issue, it is important that the committee also asks itself questions that Nyota is a small fund compared to the billions that have been put in Hustler Fund. What is happening with this Hustler Fund? Where are the funds? Are the funds having the purpose? How many youth have been given the money? How much has been loaned out? How much has been recovered? These are questions that we expect the government to answer us, but not to joyride on a project of World Bank while their own project, Hustler Fund, has failed. Mr. Speaker, we need answers, and answer, yes, because you have not been able to recover the money, Mr. Speaker. The other day I heard the CS of Paranya saying he needs budgetary allocation so that he can recover the money that has been lent out to the youth. Mr. Speaker, this is a shame, and
Senator Chelagay Samson.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Let me comment on the crisis in the health sector. Mr. Speaker, I'm disappointed, and I want to agree with Senator Kinyo on the issue of unresolved labor issues in Laikipia, Mr. Speaker, and I think I always say what defines devolution is the issue of health. If health is dysfunctional, it will never. Mr. Speaker, I was shocked that in Kericho, the government pathologists yesterday say they don't have mortuary equipment to do the post-mortem of the three bodies that were recovered. Mr. Speaker, when you go to Nandi, they are being overworked, understaffed, underpaid. And Mr. Speaker, there were 2,000 staff, majority of them that were fired are of health sector. Mr. Speaker, when you go to Elgeyo Marakwet County, they are on 21 days on strike of health workers, which is affecting health provision in Elgeyo Marakwet County. Of course, Nairobi is not a going concern. For the last 70 days, the health workers in this city have been on strike. The governor has decided not to give an ear to them, and I hope on Monday the Inspector General of Police will ensure he is being frog-marched before Senate County Public Accounts Committee to answer to some of these issues. Finally, Mr. Speaker, Nyota issue. I feel disappointed, and I hope the Kenyan youth are watching, that our colleagues from the minority side are stating that the issues of youth are so trivial that the president cannot give personal attention. It is embarrassing, because most of these people who are shouting use youth to mobilize them for political issues, Mr. Speaker. When the president gives the personal attention of going and ensuring that he gives them these grants, Nyota program, the Hustler Fund, Mr. Speaker, people like Ososi want to still hire youth to use them for mobilization, Mr. Speaker, of political issues, Mr. Speaker. We cannot allow the young people of this country are at the center of the attention of the president, Mr. Speaker. This issue that has been brought on the issue of Nyota, Mr. Speaker, we cannot.
Senator Chelagay, there is a point of order from Senator Ososi.
Mr. Speaker, I rise on standing order number 105. The senator for Nandi has made very serious allegations against me that I have been using youth for politics, for my own politics. Mr. Speaker, is he in order? Can he substantiate? Can he substantiate? I never said that the president is not doing anything about the youth, but I only questioned why a whole president is involved in merely distributing money by the World Bank. We have other presidents who have also received money for their countries, but we don't see these shenanigans around in those other countries.
What is
Mr.
your
Speaker.
point of order? You know you can't execute your
Is
point
in order?
of order, and then also you want to debate your point of order. Senator Ososi, you know you have been around for some time, so your point of order should be very clear and to the point. Yes. Senator Chelagay, there is a point of order list so that you can substantiate the allegations that you have made against Senator Ososi.
Mr. Speaker, there are many Ososis in this country. I never say Senator Ososi. I say the Ososi of this world are saying the president's personal attention to the youth does not matter, Mr. Speaker. This is embarrassing, and the young people, Mr. Speaker, those are statements he can say on 29 on Sunday in Mombasa, not today. This is a house where we discuss, and I want to tell the young people, see your leaders, the Ososis of this world, Mr. Speaker, who are taking advantage of young people. So, they feel jealous that the president is empowering young people, Mr. Speaker.
Chelagay,
this Nyota.
Let me listen to Senator Ososi again. You have all the time. You are not in a hurry today.
Mr. Speaker, you know, it is not fair to this House that even after I had risen on a point of order, 105, a statement of fact on what Senator Cheregei had said, he has continued to make further references to me. Mr. Speaker, you know very well, there is only one Osotsi in this house. He cannot avoid that by starting to mention the other Osotsis. The only Osotsi who is in Senate of the Republic of Kenya is one Godfrey Osotsi. Can he respond to my 105 request that he has to provide evidence in this house? He has to substantiate that Godfrey Osotsi has been...
Senator Osotsi, let me help you further. Senator Cheregei, you know, after I gave Senator Osotsi an opportunity to contribute or to make maybe a comment on the statement, I immediately gave you also the opportunity to make your comment on the statement. So therefore, to me as the chair, the Osotsi you are referring to is Senator Osotsi, not any other Osotsi, because I immediately gave Senator Osotsi, then I gave you the opportunity. So it's either you substantiate or withdraw and apologize so that we can make progress.
Mr. Speaker, I will request your guidance. Understanding Order 1016. A senator shall refer to another senator by the title senator, then the name. I said Osotsi, so I will need to be guided under context of Standing Order 1016.
Actually, then you are completely out of order if you referred it to Senator Osotsi as
I say Osotsis of this world.
Senator Emin Cheregei.
Yes.
The next thing I'll do is to request for an answer immediately, which will be printed and brought before this House.
In fact, Mr. Speaker, as I conclude my submissions, I would request that the answer be reproduced because I said Osotsis of this world, well aware of Standing Order 1016. That says a senator shall be referred by the title senator. So maybe, Mr. Speaker, I wait.
I've guided you that immediately I gave Senator Osotsi the opportunity. Then I gave you the next. I gave you the mic. Just, Senator Sifuna, just a moment. So please, either substantiate or withdraw, or I will need the answer before the end of this session.
Mr. Speaker, I will need guidance under Standing Order 1016 because I say Osotsi. I didn't say Senator Osotsi.
You know, given guidance, Senator Cheregei. If you have finished your time, 3 minutes, have your seat. I need the answer produced.
Because the light is still there, this issue of using the floor of the House to attack the president must stop. If these gentlemen want to discuss the president, they should bring a substantive motion. And
I want to give the next... Are you addressing the chair or to? Do you have the mic? I don't need the mic. Why? I have a point of order. Who is on the floor? Who is on the floor? So you want a point of order? What do you want? Proceed.
We were all elected to this house. There is nobody who can threaten us here. Speaker, under the rules of this house, once you as a speaker has given direction, if somebody does not comply with that direction, they are out of order. And there are consequences. You have asked the senator from Nandi to withdraw or substantiate what he has made, and he has not done that. Why are you pretending like you don't know what the consequences are, or you want me to read it for you?
So, Honorable Speaker, Senator Sifuna.
Just a minute, Speaker. We are all subject to the same rules, the same laws. It upsets some of us when we see an equal application of the law. If it was Sifuna, if it was me who had failed to comply with the directive of the seat, I would already have been thrown out. Speaker, we want fairness in the application of the law. We are saying there are specific consequences for refusal to listen to the directive of the chair. Can those consequences now follow? Don't pretend you don't know the law.
Sifuna, what I requested the table to assist me to do is to get the answer right away. I said that. And then, Senator Sifuna, you know, once the chair, I give my direction as the chair, that since, you know, Senator Sifuna, have your seat. Relax, just relax. Just relax, Senator Sifuna. Senator Medu, you're out of order. I'll kick you out of this house. I'll throw you out of this house. Why are you addressing me, Senator Medu? Senator Medu, Senator Chaligai, this is the final warning. Final warning. Senator Sifuna, I said since. No, why should you stand up? Since Senator Chaligai insisted that he did not mention the name of Senator Otsosi as the senator, I said I need the answer right away before I leave this chair so that I can discipline Senator Chaligai squarely for that misconduct. I'm on his case, so just relax. Give me the next 15 minutes. No, that's enough, Senator Sifuna. Because I've made my ruling, I need that answer right away before I leave this chair. Watch this space, Senator Sifuna. Watch this space. Senator Sifuna.
Speaker.
Don't be in a hurry to leave today.
Speaker.
I want just wait for my ruling.
And I will also not tolerate snide remarks from the chair. But what I am saying is this, Honorable Speaker. We are all adults here. We know when games are being played. You are asking for a Hansard when you know Senator Cherargei is playing games. There is only one Osotsi in this house. You yourself have given the direction that he spoke after Osotsi spoke. So you know there are games being played. Why do you need a Hansard? You have given a directive. Let him follow the directive. Huh? And Speaker, I spend more time in this house
Senator
than you.
Sifuna,
Don't try to
kindly,
insinuate
Senator
that
Sifuna.
I am in a hurry.
Senator Sifuna, I have given my directive. The next, we have no problem. Senator Sifuna, when I was elected to this position, actually, you were not around. You were not around in this house when I was elected. So stop threatening me, Senator Sifuna. Senator Wamatinga.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to contribute. I would want also to start by contributing the statement led by Senator Kinyo from Laikipia. Indeed, the role of the nurses in this country, in any part of the world, it is so essential, Mr. Speaker, that we cannot afford to get it light. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I would want to put it before this House and to every caring Kenyan that we must look at the plight of the nurses in any part of the world. That becomes even more important, noting that, Mr. Speaker, health is devolved, and therefore the services that we offer to our people at the grassroots level can only be promoted by us handling the issues of nurses' right and ensuring that they are treated well and they are given the right compensation, including listening to them. As I went up, Mr. Speaker, I also want to contribute to the statement read by Senator of Nyandarua, Senator John Medo. Mr. Speaker, sir, indeed, I want to start by quoting a Nigerian writer. When you see kinsmen meet in a compound, it's not because the moon does not shine in their home. When you see the president calling the youth to dispense the money, Mr. Speaker, it is not because that it cannot be done electronically. It is because it is important, Mr. Speaker, to work with the youth, to tell them the journey that we walked, and most important, Mr. Speaker, to encourage them. Mr. Speaker, sir, we drive our kids to school. It is not that we don't have drivers or matatus that can drive them. Why we take that opportunity is because we want to interact with them. We want to guide them, Mr. Speaker. I wonder why, Mr. Speaker, any reader in this house would stand up and say, you cannot give the youth the priority that they need. You cannot give them the guidance. You cannot give them the time. You cannot give them, Mr. Speaker, the mentoring that they need. Mr. Speaker, in what the president does, Mr. Speaker, I see a caring father who would want to work with the kids, with the young ones. For those who are saying this is little money, Mr. Speaker, some of us started our lives with less than 20,000 and we've made it as far as we want, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, I would want to encourage, even those seated on the opposition, let us not trivialize the issue of the youth. We know this is the next generation that we live in this country. Let us work with them. Let us invest time with them. They are not trivial, Mr. Speaker, even for the president. How I wish that he would get every day 2 or 3 hours to talk with the next generation that will take this country forward, Mr. Speaker. It's regrettable that a reader, nominated, elected, or whatever they say, can stand up and say that the youth of this country do not matter. Mr. Speaker, sir, we are talking about the future of our country. They matter, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. President, continue, even if it's 10 cents that you are dispensing, talk to them as a father figure, because that is what the moral obligation, political responsibility that we owe to them. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity.
Senator Mboni Kalwale.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the issue raised by the Senator of Nyandarua speaks to the important issue of equity. And Mr. Speaker, it speaks to the important issue of transparency in handling monies that will eventually require repayment by the taxpayers of Kenya, many of whom, majority of whom, in excess of millions of people will not have benefited. Because this fund is a 5-year fund, Mr. Speaker, meant to reach out to only 820,000 people. The statement should be clear whether the repayment will be with the rest of the taxpayers or just like the way we treat our university students. Only those who get loans are the ones who repay. If we can apply that to university students, why don't we design it so that the children who actually receive this money, the youth, are the ones who will eventually repay from those businesses? You'd not be asking for too much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, secondly, the statement should bring out the selection criteria. The fact that the children apply online and then they are invited to come and collect the money doesn't guarantee that it is free and fair. Mr. Speaker, it's quite possible that behind the screens we could be having people manipulating so that the people who benefit selectively, Mr. Speaker. Finally, on this point, Mr. Speaker, I want to join all those who believe that doing politics with this money is wrong. It is wrong to do politics with this money because we know, Mr. Speaker, that in some of the rallies, millions of shillings are used on that day just to bring the politicians and their escorts. Those choppers that go to those functions, they are funded by taxpayers' money. And therefore, when we say we shouldn't do politics with this, we are spot on. There is no difficulty in this money, Mr. Speaker, being transferred digitally without all this hula-baloo that we all see that have no returns. Finally, Mr. Speaker, because I don't have the time, colleagues, you'll be interested to know, if you open the website, that the money has gone to counties. And the counties there is a specification of how much money went where. The issue of equity demands that there be an explanation why certain counties receive less money and other counties get more money. It is all here on the website. Mr. Speaker, we will insist on behalf of the people of Kenya that all Kenyan youth.
Senator Mutinda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me start by commenting on the statement by Senator of Laikipia, Senator Kenywa, on the issue of the nurses. Mr. Speaker, I sit in the Health Committee, and I can attest that nurses in this country are doing a great job. The level of motivation, Mr. Speaker, should be the highest among the other departments and the other professionals. The issues that have been raised here should be immediately addressed because, Mr. Speaker, without the nurses in our health sector, then we do not have future as far as a healthy nation is concerned, Mr. Speaker. So it's a matter that should be quickly addressed by the leadership of that particular county. Mr. Speaker, allow me to also give my input as far as the Great Nyota program is concerned. And I want to appreciate Senator of Nyandarua, Senator Methu, because in his statement, he clearly indicates that the Nyota program aims to enhance employment opportunities. Thank you, Senator Methu, for realizing that this program, led by the President, Dr. William Ruto, has focused on enhancement of employment. Fostering enterprise development, Mr. Speaker. Senator Methu realizes and acknowledges that this program does foster this development and advances skills and promotes economic inclusion for the youth in Kenya, Mr. Speaker. I want to appreciate that Senator Methu appreciates that Nyota program had high levels of importance and significance for the youth and was addressing youth unemployment throughout the nation, Mr. Speaker. This is positive acknowledgement, Mr. Speaker. Himself, he acknowledges, as much as he has questioned on some of the nitty-gritties, Mr. Speaker. But I want to state on the matter that has been discussed, on the issue of equitability. Mr. Speaker, Nyota program ensured that each ward had 70 youths who had an opportunity of fairness. There was no any single corruption on the beneficiary for the young people. It was a fair program that you just needed to log in, Mr. Speaker, and you are able to be recruited. This program ensured that they were given the entrepreneurial skills, Mr. Speaker. This program again follows again. I mean, which leader in this country, for Christ's sake, would not want to see the youth of this country getting transformed by none other than Dr. William Ruto, Mr. Speaker? He has led that program. In each and every county, we as leaders.
Honorable Senator, as you know, we are agreed on I know there is a queue, but I want to proceed in this manner. There is a statement that was to be read by Senator Aminda Kibwana, which I received a communication that Senator Mutinda can do that in less than 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And on behalf of my good sister, my good friend, Senator Hamida Kibwana, allow me to prosecute her agenda on contamination of the Nairobi River with antibiotics and pharmaceutical waste. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement on a matter of county-wide concern from the Standing Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources regarding contamination of the Nairobi River and its tributaries with antibiotics and other pharmaceutical waste, which threaten human life and the environment and food safety. Mr. Speaker, antibiotics and other pharmaceutical residues from hospitals, households and industries and other sources are finding their way into the Nairobi River system due to improper disposal practices and inadequate wastewater treatment. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the extent of contamination of the Nairobi River and its tributaries by antibiotics and other pharmaceutical waste, including data, assessments, or surveillance reports on the presence of these contaminants in the river system. Number 2, the measures to regulate the disposal of medical and pharmaceutical waste, monitor water quality, enforce compliance with affluent and waste disposal standards, and also be able to protect communities exposed to contaminated water. Number 3, and lastly, the immediate and long-term interventions to restore the affected sections of the Nairobi River, prevent further contamination, and sensitize the public and institutions on the safe disposal of medicines and pharmaceutical waste. This is by Senator Hamida Kibwana. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, very well. Let's get the statement under Standing Order 57-1, majority leader.
Mr. Speaker, sir, Mr. Speaker, sir, pursuant to Standing Order 57-1, I hereby present to the Senate the business for the week commencing Tuesday, 31st March, 2026. Mr. Speaker, sir, the legislative business before the Senate is as follows. 61 bills are pending conclusion, of which 42 are at second reading. 4 of them have been listed in today's order paper for division. 16 are at committee of the whole, and 3 are awaiting first reading, 1 of which is listed in today's order paper. 12 motions are pending conclusion. 17 petitions are pending conclusion by respective standing committees of these petitions. 16 are due for reporting. 485 statements pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 are under consideration by Standing Committee. Mr. Speaker, sir, from the foregoing, honorable senators will observe that the business pending before the Senate remains quite high, with the number of bills and motions having been continuously listed in the order paper for some time without conclusion. This calls for honorable senators to prioritize attendance on the chambers as to facilitate the consideration and conclusion of the pending business. I further implore movers to the present to prosecute their business as scheduled in the order paper. The same applies to attendance at committee sittings in order to expedite the consideration of business pending before them. Mr. Speaker, sir, at the next sitting of the Senate on Tuesday, 31st March 2026, The tentative business for the day will include business not concluded from the order papers, from today's order paper, as well as the business indicated in the notice page. The tentative business for the morning sitting on Wednesday, 1st April 2026 will include questions to Cabinet Secretaries as approval by the Senate Business Committee, as well as motions. The questions scheduled include question number 05 to the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development by Senator Professor Tom Ojienda. Question number 024 to the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry by Senator Tom Ojienda. Question number 017 to the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of East African Community Affairs, the ASRS and Regional Development by Senator Enoch Wambua, CBS MP. And question number 046 to the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of East African Community Affairs, the ASALs and Regional Development by Senator Hamida Kibwana, MP. The tentative business for the afternoon sitting on Wednesday, 1st April 2026 will include business not concluded from Tuesday's order paper and the following. Bills at the second reading. The county government, state officers removal from office, procedural bill, Senate bills number 34 of 2024. The county government amendment bill, Senate bills number 20, Senate bill number 39 of 2024. The street naming and property addressing system bill, Senate bills number 43 of 2024. The county government laws amendment bill, Senate bills number 52 of 2024. The energy amendment bill, Senate bills number 11 of 2025, and the assisted reproductive technology bill, National Assembly bill of 2022. Bills at committee of the whole. The sports amendment bill, Senate bills number 33 of 2024. The electronic equipment disposal, recycling and reuse bill, Senate bills number 5 of 2025. And the public procurement and asset disposal amendment bill, National Assembly bills number 48 of 2024. Motions. Provisions of FMIS reports for county government to the Senate and delinking junior secondary schools from primary schools. The projected business for Thursday, 2nd April 2026 will include business not concluded in the order paper for Wednesday, 1st April 2026, and any other business scheduled for the Senate Business Committee. Mr. Speaker, sir, the honorable senators will recall the Senate is scheduled to proceed on the recess at the rise of the Senate on Thursday, 2nd April 2026, in accordance with the Senate's calendar 1. Therefore, once again, urge honorable senators with business scheduled in the order papers and programs of the Senate business for the next week to be available in the Senate to prosecute the same. I also urge the party whips to ensure that the requisite number of county delegation is achieved for the pending to be undertaken. I thank you and they are hereby lay the statement on the table of the Senate. Senator Keroche Tabitha. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Okay, at this juncture, I will allow the Vice Chair, County Public Accounts Committee, to lay a paper on the table of the Senate. And consequently also to give notice of the same. The Vice Chair, Sipak.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Senate today, Thursday, 26th March 2026. Volume 1 of the report of the Senate Public Accounts Committee on the consideration of the report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the following county executives for the year ended 30th June 2025. Vihiga, Kitui, Bungoma, Embu, Nyandarua, Mandera, Laikipia, Kwale, Meru, Bomet, West Pokot, Nyeri, Trans Nzoia, Elgeyo Marakwet, Narok, Machakos. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Proceed and give notice of motion.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that the Senate adopts Volume 1 of the report of the Senate County Public Accounts Committee on the consideration of the reports of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the following county executives for the year ended 30th June 2025, laid on the table of the Senate on
2026.
2026. No, it is there ended 2025. Yes, it's correct. Mr. Speaker. Yes. Actually, Speaker, it is the following executives for the year ended 30th June 2025, laid on the table of the Senate on Thursday, 26th March 2026. Vihiga, Kitui, Bungoma, Embu, Nyandarua, Mandera, Laikipia, Kwale, Meru, Bomet, West Pokot, Nyeri, Trans Nzoia, Elgeyo Marakwet,